Good morning, everybody. Welcome back from Someone's Got Selections here for Monday, April 4th. Before getting today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. Starting off with the good news, we picked up a nice winner in the NHL yesterday with the Golden Knights on the money line at plus 100 on Bet Online. They were up 2-0 going into the third. They blew the lead, but they won in overtime, so we avoided a bad beat there. So a nice winner. And unfortunately, the NASCAR show did not go too well. I know last week we hit a 40-1 shot. This week, not so much. We went 0-4. We actually had Truex at 10-1, who was the betting favorite for the majority of the actual race. I believe he was even minus 140 with about 30 laps to go. But unfortunately, his car just didn't have enough at the end, and he ended up coming in fourth. So NASCAR wasn't great, but we picked up a winner in the NHL, and hopefully we'll pick up another winner here on Monday. And for the play of the day, we're going to pivot, talking about a sport we haven't talked about in a couple of weeks, if not a month and change. It's going to be on tennis. It's going to be in a matchup between Steve Johnson and Denis Kudla, taking place at around 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And for the play there, we're going to take Steve Johnson minus 1.5 games at minus 114 on Bet Online. Time recording of 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Couple reasons why I like Johnson in this match. First of all, minus 114, very good deal. Shopping around 1.5 games is mostly available at minus 125 or higher. So minus 114. Definitely a line I'm going to capitalize on before it moves. Now, a couple reasons why I do like Johnson here. First of all, Johnson is 5-2 straight up in the 7 career meetings against Kudla, so he has fared quite well in this matchup. Plus, it's a bit of a home court advantage there for Johnson. Now, of course, he's not actually from Houston, but he has won this tournament twice before. And Kudla has been, historically speaking, a terrible clay court player, so Johnson should definitely have a huge advantage based on the surface and the familiarity with the actual court. But to go through the actual clay numbers here, Johnson went 2-2 straight up last season in clay matches against ATP competition. Those two wins happen to be in the French Open. Meanwhile, Kudla has not won a clay match at an ATP level since 2019. Now, to clarify, he did have one win in French Open qualifying last year, and he had a couple of wins in challenger events on clay. But against actual ATP level competition, top 100 guys, he has not won a match in about 2 years. So he's been pretty awful on clay. And Johnson, I already mentioned the fact that he's done quite well here in the past. Kudla hasn't been here in several years. But I do expect Johnson to eventually find a way to break through, potentially in straight sets. But Kudla is a guy whose game is more, let's just say, based on hard court and grass. He's more of a fast-paced kind of player. And Johnson, we know, with his slice backhand, definitely loves to extend points, keep it a little bit boring, and try to force his opponent into making a mistake. And on clay, that's really where Johnson specializes in. He's definitely one of the only Americans who I'd say doesn't mind clay. Of course, Kudla is one of the Americans who does mind it because it's easily his worst surface. But you have a guy who has won the head-to-head matchup 5-2, a guy who's won the tournament twice here before, and a guy who definitely excels in the surface while the other one is easily terrible at it. Also, for reference, Kudla has never won a French Open match. He is 0-4, while Johnson has made the third round several times. Of course, this isn't in Roland Garros, but just for reference on how these guys have fared on clay in their career. It's really not close. So I'll take the guy on the better surface. Minus 1.5 games, potentially winning in straight sets. Play that once again here for Monday, April 4th. It's going to be on Steve Johnson, minus 1.5 games at minus 114 on Bet Online. Bye, everyone.